people, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing wonderful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Michelle and I'm really excited to bring you guys this video on my fall beauty discoveries. I've been running across a number of new products out in the market and I've been really curious about some of these newer brands or just brands I've never really dived in because maybe it wasn't popular on social media. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys a video where I talk about some products that I've just picked up or I'm just kind of working through, and if you want like a follow-up on how it worked for me, if I loved it or not, then be sure to always check out my favorites. I'll have a fall favorites video coming up and you can see some of these products there if they make that list, and if not, then they'll always get a review on my empties videos. So let's go ahead. I have about 10 to 15 products, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. This first one is a deodorant and it's from the brand Love Beauty and Planet, and it's an aluminum free deodorant. Now I've picked up another product from this brand from the same exact scent line, and it's their body wash, but it's like a lotion like body wash, and I love the smell of it and I use it to shave. And so this I was really curious about when I saw it at Target. It has the same like beautiful light scent. It's supposed to be a plant-based deodorizer to protect you for up to 24 hours. Again, it's aluminum free, it's a vegan product, there are no parabens, no alcohol. It's also fragrance free, and this particular fragrance, it's very warm and comforting. They have about four different ones as far as scent wise if you're not really into this rose scent, but it's so it feels so pampering when you use it. I was actually really impressed with this, and I'm gonna have a whole nother video just talking about my natural deodorants and my experience in picking those up, because it's been a big nightmare really. I really want to like do what's best for my body, but finding something that actually really works has been hard. And so this is one of the few products that actually worked, and it gave me the odor protection. I didn't feel super wet and sticky when using it, but like I said, I'll come back and I'll talk to you guys about my final thoughts, but it's been so wonderful so far. My favorite deodorant out there. Now this little guy here is from a brand called Province Apothecary. I talked about this brand in one of my recent videos where I was talking about the spot treatment, and I used it on this pimple right here. You guys, I've been wanting to film this video and I haven't because of this breakout, and then I thought to myself, you know, that's so crazy. That's ridiculous to not film because of a breakout. So anyway, this is another product I picked up from the brand that I've been kind of just playing around with, and it's called their Full Brown Serum. It's a blend of plant botanicals and it's formulated to encourage stronger eyebrows. It's based with castor oil, and it also has argan oil, jojoba oil, and it's also infused with coffee. You're supposed to use it twice a day, morning and night. It's really tiny. I know it looks like, okay, how much use are you gonna get out of this? But trust me, it's very concentrated. You don't need very much. You really just need one drop, and it like completely covers your eyebrow. And I just massage it in. I have definitely seen some growth, but I haven't seen enough to really come and tell you like this product is amazing, go try it. So I'm just sort of experimenting with it. I definitely do want like much thicker and fuller brows, but I don't know how much of that is just genetic. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing around with it. It's about $36, so it's pricey. I believe that they're based out in Canada, and it's actually like a spa, and people go in for treatments, and this is one of the products that they use on their customers. And they also have like a little store, so it's not some huge brand. It's very, very curated. It's very small, and they only have maybe like 10 or 15 products, but I'm definitely curious to see whether or not this gives me like the brow look that I was going for. Next I have this toner from Fresh, and it's the Iberian Clay Purifying Facial Toner. I've talked a lot about the mask, the Purifying Clay mask from this brand, which I really enjoy using. It's a really nice masking experience, and it did a pretty good job of clearing out my pores. So I was very curious to use their toner. The toner I normally use is from Caudalie, and it's very moisturizing, very hydrating, but I wanted a toner that was going to really target my pores. My pores have kind of always been an issue. Especially right in this area right here. They're just so big, and I feel like even like in pictures sometimes you can see them. And I noticed as I've gotten older, and I think this is sort of like a normal thing, as you get older, your pores just sort of start expanding and having a harder time tightening back up as quickly. And so I don't know if that's what I've been experiencing, but I've been looking for products that target pores. And this is something that's been an interesting experience using. It's said to be able to absorb the excess oil on the skin surface without stripping away any essential moisture, and also mattifying the skin and softening it to minimize the appearance of pores. And everything that they mention is exactly what I need and want, because I don't want my skin to ever feel stripped. I have lots of hydrating products even though I have normal to combination skin, because I like my face to just feel hydrated at all times. So this toner is interesting because you can't just use it the way you think you would, just kind of like pouring it out. You do need to shake it, because what you'll see is at the bottom of it, there's about this much of what I believe is the clay, and you mix it together with a solution. So then when you actually put it on your cotton pad, it comes out in this really interesting sort of like gray thick color. And I've been using it on my face. I definitely feel a tingling sensation when I use it. Now, have I seen like a real significant difference after I use it with my pores? I'm still kind of testing it out. Like I said, we'll see. But so far the experience has been interesting. One thing that I like when I take off my makeup, when I tone my face, is to be able to take off any excess dirt and oil. But with this, I can't tell what it's taken off. So that becomes tricky when it comes to like using certain cleansers. I want to make sure that everything is gone. And with the color of the actual clay on the cotton pad, you just can't tell. It's an interesting product though. I definitely, let me know if you've used it. I definitely want to come back and let you know if it was something that I liked or not. I realize that when it comes to making sure that your pores are cleansed, it's really important to exfoliate. And this is something I realized years ago, and I used to use those kind of like big grainy exfoliators where you're just scrubbing your face, and that can sometimes just really tear your skin. And so I sort of got freaked out and just stepped away from exfoliators that are manual, and I started using just the chemical ones. But I've always wanted something that was either a mix of both, or the granules are very, very, very tiny to where it's not actually hurting your skin to use. So there's that. And then my other skin concern was just mostly hyperpigmentation and just wanting my skin to have a very overall even sort of skin tone. One of the things that's great for that is turmeric. Turmeric powder is used in lots of masks to be able to just sort of brighten and lighten the skin. But a lot of people struggle with turmeric because of its staining powers. A lot of times it can stain your face, it can stain your nails, it can stain your pillow sheets. So people tend to kind of be cautious about that. I picked this sort of mask exfoliator thing up, and I've been in love with it. It's not a brand that I've ever really delved in yet. The brand is called Cora Organics. Isn't the packaging just so pretty? I feel like just this in itself, it has a sort of like Hawaiian look to it. It's just beautiful, and it is for all skin types, and it's a turmeric brightening mask. So it's basically 2-in-1. You're getting the mask and you're also getting like a regular normal face wash. I really enjoy using this. Like, I get excited knowing that it's my day to use this mask. I use it, I just sort of like put it all over my face, and you can feel the burning sensation kind of happening. It's not like a bad burning, it's not a problematic burning, it's just a sensation where you know that it's working. So I do that, and then I just let it sit. I brush my teeth, sometimes I even take my shower, and I let the steam just sort of just open up the pores. And then when I'm done, that's when I use my fingers and I just manually kind of exfoliate, and then I rinse it off. Let me tell you, so far my skin has just been looking so bright. After I use that mask, it's like immediate. You can tell the difference in your skin. My pores just feel like they've been completely cleansed out. I love it so far. It has a funny kind of scent. It smells like turmeric, or it smells like food. So if that's going to be offensive to you, just be cautious. Now, the price point is pretty steep on this baby. I want to say it's probably around $50. So it's expensive, but it's about 3.3 ounces. I do think you get a pretty fair amount. With the tube, the way it's kind of constructed, a lot comes out. So you have to just be really careful because you don't need much. You really just need like a dime size amount, if that, for your entire face. The brand says that the mask is formulated to revitalize, brighten, and promote skin cell renewal. And you're supposed to just massage it into your damp skin and leave it on for about 5 to 15 minutes and let the enzymes work their magic, and then you just remove it with water. And then that way you've had your exfoliation and you've had your mask. So like I said, it's my first time using this particular brand, Cora, but I am now curious to see what their other products are like because this one worked so well. Let me know if you've used this one or if you've used anything else from this brand. Now I picked this one up from Ulta, and it's from the brand Bliss. Bliss is one of those skincare lines that tends to be found like in hotel rooms. I know whenever I've stayed at the W hotels, this is the line that they used. That's how I was introduced to them. They also have a spa, so I've been there, I think in Chicago. My mom and I went down to their spa, so I've always been sort of like introduced to it in these ways, but I've never purchased one of their, actually I think I have. I purchased one of their products in the past from a spa, and it was their exfoliating wipes, because one of my biggest things, you guys, is ingrown hairs and razor bumps. And I just really like products that target those things because they are annoying, embarrassing, sometimes painful, and it doesn't seem like there's so many products that work when it comes to that. So I picked those up and they were just too intense for my skin, so I stopped using them. So this is something I recently picked up, and it's called Your Situation, and it's an oil. As you can see, it has a little dropper on it, and this is supposed to be used as an oil after you shave or after your shower, in your sort of private regions or any area that you need assistance with removing any razor bumps. So this is something I use in my neck area, I use on my bikini line, and I've been using it so far halfway through about, and it's been, you know, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's working. I know that I was using it religiously and then I stopped for maybe about a week, and I got these like really crazy razor bumps. So I felt like it decreased it, and then when I stopped using it, it was worse than it began. But that's, you know, I'm not finished using it. I want to kind of try it in different ways and find out which way works best for me. But I like the concept of it. I like the fact that it's an oil. I like the fact that it doesn't burn. It's just very hydrating on the skin. It's lightweight. There's no real strong fragrance, and it targets ingrown hairs. So we shall see about this one. I picked up this toner from The Ordinary. A lot of you guys ask me when I do videos if I've ever or ever will use The Ordinary products. Now, in the past, I've tried ordering from them online, and it's always been like a nightmare. I don't know if it's the website or if it's me just not being, I don't know. I think I'm pretty tech savvy, but for whatever reason, I always struggle on their website. I've also seen their products out at different retail stores, and The Ordinary, for those of you guys who don't know, is a skincare line that just sort of gives you the base product, the base ingredients and things. So they'll have lots of acids and things like that, so you can kind of make your own formulations if you want, or you can add some of these stronger chemicals to other products and make them work more efficiently for your skin. I do believe most of their products are extremely affordable. They don't put a lot of emphasis into their brand or their packaging. They just sort of just give you the product. I know there's been quite a bit of controversy with the owner of The Ordinary, and I don't really get into, you know, brands and all the behind the scenes things, because honestly, I felt like we probably wouldn't be buying much of anything if you knew what went on behind the scenes. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure of what happened, but I know that something did happen to where the website was just completely down one day when I tried looking at it. So I finally found it on Amazon. I was looking for the toner, and this is the Glycolic acid toner. It's a huge bottle, and I want to say I paid maybe like $7 for it. It's 7% glycolic acid, which is pretty strong. For any of you guys who are not used to acids, who have not used them, I would slowly sort of get into it, because if you have sensitive skin, it can just make your skin crazy. The acids I love to use are lactic acid and glycolic acid, and I wanted to use it sort of like in the evening time, put it on my skin, and then add all my oils and stuff and let it just work overnight, and then of course sunscreen in the morning. Now, I used it only once so far and it burned my skin so bad. Usually I'm able to use my toner and then like spray my Jordan Samuel Skin hydrating toner on and just hit the gym. Like I don't even need lotion. But with this baby, I got to the gym and my face felt like it was on fire. So I luckily, I don't even know how, but luckily one day I used like a sample face cream as a hand cream. I left it in my car. I found it, I just lathered it all over my skin and it just saved my face that day because I felt like my skin was literally gonna burn off. So all that to say, just be careful with it. And let me know if you've used this, how you use it. Maybe I need to dilute it with some water, I'm not sure. And once again, because it's an AHA, make sure you use sunscreen the next day. And the last skincare products I have are from Caudalie, which is a brand I really, really love. It's a French skincare brand and their products are high performing in my opinion. They don't make me break out. They're great for sensitive skin. And I ran across this little trio at Sephora and it's a trio of their 3 masks. One of them is a moisturizing mask, an overnight sleep mask. One is a glycolic peel and kind of like the acid, so it's glycolic and you put it on and just kind of rinse it off. And the last one is a purifying mask, so this one is like a clay mask. And I've just been dabbling with them and I can tell you so far the instant detox mask, the clay one, is phenomenal for helping me with my pores. After I used the mask, my face looked like a newborn baby, like just completely poreless. I was shook. If anything, this one I'm definitely going to purchase in a full size. The overnight sleep mask, I'm always kind of hesitant about those because for whatever reason, they tend to break me out. I don't know if it's just rubbing on the bed, I'm not sure, but that one I don't know about. Okay, so I'm not sure where my camera cut off, but if you didn't catch the last part of the Caudalie, I just said it was a really good value for 3 different masks. You get about 5 uses out of each, so excellent, excellent, excellent value. So I want to talk about makeup. There is a brand I discovered and I've been just sort of binging on. I've just been so blown away by the performance of the product, and that brand is called MICHE Beauty. And MICHE Beauty is a brand that's supposed to give you that no makeup look that I really love, and I feel like people are starting to now sort of gravitate towards. They have a very good color selection with their foundations. Right now they only have foundation sticks, and I will be doing a full review on the foundation. I picked up a blush, a highlighter. I'm actually wearing it today. I have the highlighter on and I have on one of their blushes. The brand packaging is gorgeous to me. It's that, like, I don't know, like a brown with the iridescence of rose gold and the pinky purple color. This is the highlighter. It's a beautiful gold color and I have it in the color Rise. They had a number of highlighters and I love the finish of the highlighter. It's blended down very, very, very nicely. And like I said, I have the blushes. The one I'm wearing today is in Caress, and as you can tell, it's like this nudish color, but on me, that's the color it sort of came out. However, the blush that I have been in love with, like my first go around when I picked up the products, was this blush in Glaze, the orange color. I should have worn it today because I'm wearing like brown. Check this out. This is so pretty on dark skin. I have just been in love with the brand. They have so many great products. I wish I could just buy everything. They're sold at Ulta, so they're not at Sephora. I've been seeing some videos here on YouTube, but I never get through the whole video, so I never know if people like it or not, but I do see that it looks beautiful on the skin, and I could talk about this brand all day. I really am in love with the brand. I will be doing a video soon on it, so just look out for my MICHE Beauty makeup review. And this product I stumbled across at Sephora. I really hadn't heard anyone talk about it. Not to say people haven't been, I just haven't really seen it. And it's from Lancome and it is one of their foundations. This is a foundation slash maybe a tinted moisturizer because it does have that sort of lotiony skincare texture to it, but it has full pigment like a foundation, and it's called Skin Feels Good. So there is sunscreen in it, 23 broad spectrum SPF, and it's supposed to give you a hydrating and healthy glow. Let me tell you, anything that's combined, if we get skincare and makeup together on the same page, I'm always happy because it saves me money and it saves me a step. I've been using it every day as my foundation for work. You don't need a lot and it just gives you a natural, healthy, hydrated glow. If you're someone with oily skin, you would definitely want to prime. It didn't get me greasy at all, nothing more than normal with my skin, but because it has a sunscreen in it, it does have like an iridescence. I love it so far. I think you get pretty good value for your money, and I like the design of the tube. It has the pump at the top so you can just sort of pump it on into your skin, and it has a little top so it does sit up. I love the packaging. I'm very impressed. I don't really wear Lancome products. I think I've had maybe one of their foundations in the past and I wasn't really impressed by it. So this I've been really happy with, but I'll let you guys know whether or not I loved it. Okay, 3 more products and we're finished. The last 3 are body care products. This one I just really stumbled across in Ulta, and it's a very moisturizing body wash. Probably one of the most moisturizing body washes I have ever come across. It's from the brand C.Booth. Once again, never heard of it, but the packaging wasn't something that I was in any way drawn to. I just really stumbled upon it. I think it fell over. I picked it up and I said, what's this? And it's a honey almond nourishing bath and body wash that's free of parabens, sulfates, mineral oil, and petroleum. And the honey and almond are supposed to absorb any impurities and rehydrate dry skin. I believe it was marketed towards people who have eczema. It's a very, very, very effective cleanser. The lather is so thick and rich. It feels like you should be in a bubble bath. I don't know why when it comes to me and products that are just like very generous, I tend to really overdo it. I'm not sure why. When I see so much, I'm like, yes! And I just really overdo it. So I know I use much more than necessary, but so far I've really enjoyed it. The scent isn't very strong at all. It's very light, sort of like honey almond scent. It lathers very richly. I want to say it costs maybe $10. Very affordable. It's not an all natural product by any means. There are chemicals in it, but there are no harmful ingredients in it. And I think it's excellent for anyone who has dry skin or who just likes to have very moisturized skin, especially since the winter time is right around the corner. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is one skin issue I've been dealing with more recently. I've had it on my skin for the longest time. Honestly, don't even know when it started, but it was brought to my attention by a couple of people, more so asking why it didn't bother me, which I find to be always hilarious because it just doesn't bother me. But once I started targeting different areas of my skin as far as wanting to improve it, along with like my body, my food, everything, right? I wanted to focus on getting rid of my KP. So to be honest with you, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I didn't even know this had a name. I thought this was just like, oh, they just have those little dots on their legs, right? So the formal name is called Keratosis pilaris, I believe is how it's pronounced. And it's short for KP, and it's a skin condition. It happens when the skin produces too much keratin, which is a protein, and it blocks the hair follicles. So it allows bumps to appear. It's a very common condition. It's not something to stress over. It's just one of those things that once you realize it's there, you just take care of it and figure out how to not let it happen again. So for me, the biggest thing has been exfoliation. And like I said, exfoliation is not something that I used to do from childhood. It's something I learned within the last maybe 3 or 4 years into my skincare and body care discoveries. So I have been exfoliating more and more, but I've also been using 2 things to really help speed up the process of getting things back to normal. The 2 products I have, one of them I got from Sephora. It's from a brand called Dermadoctor, and it's called KP Duty. This is a scrub, and it's a pretty big tub, 16 ounces. I want to say it was like around $50 or $60. So it was pricey. I was like, dang, that's expensive. But this is something that is not a common product. You don't have a lot of choices, and it's worth it as far as making sure that it goes away. So this exfoliating scrub is white and it's super thick on the inside, as you can see. And you're supposed to use it twice a week to exfoliate. It has no scent. Think of like cream of wheat, that sort of texture to it. The granules don't hurt at all. and it does have chemical exfoliants in it as well. I believe it has an AHA in it. I will put a link below so you can read up on everything because it's important to be well informed. But I believe there is an AHA chemical in here to where when you use this, you need to use sunscreen the next day if you're going to be out in the sun, because your skin's going to be extra sensitive. So this is something that I've been using. It's definitely been an interesting experience, especially since there's no scent. But I haven't really seen too much of a difference. I'm going to be taking a before and after so I can truly see if it made a difference, and I want to just use it more in a regimented way, especially since I picked up this one, and this is called Touch. I got this from Amazon, and it's a KP exfoliating wash, and it has 15% glycolic acid and 2% salicylic acid, which is good for like any kind of like acne or any kind of acne on the body. And this one, again, it's supposed to be used and then you go ahead and use a sunscreen and protect your skin. I like this a lot because it foams up, it lathers just like anything else. It's not feeling like menacing in any kind of way. You just have to be careful in any private or sensitive spots on your body because it is a chemical. And once you use it, your skin feels very soft and smooth, but you do need to hydrate after. You need to use a very thick lotion to make sure that your skin doesn't dry out. So I'm going to be testing both of these things out. This one was pricey as well. I want to say it was like 30 bucks on Amazon. But if I'm able to cure this KP off of my legs, then I think it's worth it. If not, then, you know, I'm not going to continue stressing myself out about it because it's really just not that serious. Anyway, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. I'm so happy I was able to finally film it. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube family, and let me know if you've used any of these products. Be sure to watch my empties and my favorites so that you can get updates on how these worked out for me. I love you guys so much, and I thank you for all of your support. Big kisses to you all. Mwah! And I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light.